It's time to deal with this Trogg threat. Jesus. Okay. I'm not going to cut it, we're just going to keep going. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. We're going to be dealing with some Troggs today, before we head into the lock proper. It's going to give us some time to sort of mess around, and see what we're going to do. So, apparently these mountains are crawling with Troggs and their outposts, and we need to help this lone outpost in the Valley of Kings defend itself against the Trogg threat. Now the Trogg threat is going to be in another separate valley area, just up here and to the right, and our Pandaren is going to help out by using his rogue skills to deal some damage. Okay, here we go. So the dwarves said that we had to kill a bunch of Troggs and collect their teeth as proof that we've been working so hard. Now there seems to be a dwarf paladin who is mounted up. What? Oh, he's being taken around by Franklin Martin, the transporter. I don't even know what that is, but it seems like these Troggs have been dealt with pretty efficiently. We'll try and find some in this cave, shall we? Blimey, they have been just laid waste to, haven't they? There's one. Ugly bastards, the gnolls. We're gonna... Troggs, aren't they? They're called Troggs. Oh, not gnolls. Yeah. Okay, right, we're gonna stealth them down and take them out. Nice. We got a new cape as well. Let's see what that looks like before we put our alien back on. Nah, we're gonna keep the alien one back on. Okay, let's see. What other ones can we take on? They're all dead. That dwarf paladin did a pretty good job. Trogg threat my arse. Feel like a bit of a tool coming here now. Not even getting paid well enough for this. Oh, there's a campfire here. Let's sit down and have a little break, shall we? Oh, wait, no rest for the wicked. We've got another gnoll to take out. Oh, this guy didn't get killed instantly. I'll just take him out. There we go. They're starting to come back in force now. Luckily, the respawn rates have been tweaked a little bit to accommodate for the amount of new players they're going to be coming through. So as you can see, once again, our heirlooms are making Sunpost seem like a fucking god when it comes to these Troggs, and he's going to be wiping through them pretty quickly. So we've activated a buff called Swift Slice and Dice, a finishing move that consumes combo points to increase attack speed by 40%. So that's going to last another 30 seconds here, so we're going to just wipe through these people now. That was me not even doing anything. Take out this guy. Now, a lot of the quests are going to follow this formula, guys. I'm just going to be totally honest with you. World of Warcraft is not the most interesting game in the world. I'm not going to play it down. I'm not going to play it up. If I said that all the quests in this game were interesting, I would be lying to you. This is a simple kill and collect quest, and there are a lot of them. However, I'm going to try and make them as fun as possible. We're just going to keep going with this one for now. I'm still waiting on more of these guys to respawn. There's another one. This Let's Play is focused on trying to create the best experience, the most realistic experience you're likely to have in World of Warcraft, and I feel like it's doing quite a good job right now because we're currently just standing around waiting for things to happen. We need more mobs here. Let's take him down. So they're doing quite a good job. We're cutting swathes through these Troggs, but unfortunately they are not giving us as many teeth as I expected them to, considering the fact they all have mouths full of teeth, but hey-ho. So we're meant to be going around this area in particular to get the teeth, and there are not many people left here. We've killed most of them. There's another guy there. Take him down. Oh, he's back again. What is he doing here? Don't even want to know. Aha. We've got Troggs to kill. Let's do this. Oh my god, is that a bomb? There's an upturned cauldron, never mind. There you go, that's another one taken down. We'll slice this guy up with an eviscerate. Nice. As you can see, these mobs are starting to pose a little bit more of a threat to us, but luckily we have 1600 health, and they currently have 300, so we're doing quite alright right now. We fell down there. Now we've already fulfilled our quota of killing Troggs, but now we need to just get their teeth, which is going to be a little bit more of an issue. Let's see how quick we can do this. Since we got another one there, we need 3 more, and there are only 2 more guys up here, so we're going to have to head back down and find them again. Look how many teeth that guy's got. I find it hard to believe that I can't find a single tooth after I'm done with him. It's him taken down. We'll backstab him, shall we? Nice. And then we're going to come back there in a second to have a glimpse at the zone that we're missing out on right now. We're not actually just missing out, it's just something that we're going to come to at a later date. So let's take this guy down. So we don't need to get one more true tooth. There's no rush since they're still respawning. Let's have a look over here. Now as you can see, the Cataclysm left a huge rip along this map. And here it is. Basically, the continent was ripped in half. Now that's pretty impressive. Now this is the sound of me rolling. And I'm coming back to you again. Now you can see there is the rest of our precious lock. And there's a little path down there. Where my character's head is, just above that, there's a little path along that ridge, and I think we can take it into the Badlands. I think that's the Badlands, isn't it? The Badlands for level 44 to 48. So we're going to return there, as Sunpo, our esteemed adventurer, has seen it from afar, and wishes to one day return and conquer the ruins that seem to be there. And let's keep heading this way. We need to get one more tooth. But I've killed like 25 Troggs, so I think I'm doing pretty well so far in terms of proving my worth for these dwarves. Again, that was me just rolling forward. Let's have a look. We'll come over here. Come on, guy, give us this last tooth. No? Okay, how about you? You going to give me my last tooth, or is it going to be this guy, the scout? No, it was you. Congratulations. Okay, so we're done here. We're going to head back to the outpost, and we're going to tell the dwarves of our successful conquest over the Troggs. I have a funny feeling we're going to be sent back to this cave in a minute to do something else, but for now, let's go and laud our successes, shall we? Head down here, past these 2 statues that are clearly an homage to Lord of the Rings. I think so, anyway. Fellowship of the Ring, yeah, that was quite early. Blimey. Fellowship of the Ring must have come out around the same time that World of Warcraft came out. Probably not, actually. I'm not even going to attempt to get my facts straight there because I probably know that they're wrong anyway. But it means I was in primary school when Return of the King came out. I remember that because I was in year 6 and I wasn't allowed to see it because I wasn't young and old enough. Year 6, for the information of anyone who's American, basically is like 10 years old. Last year of primary school. There's another dwarf here, Pacula. That's the dwarf from before. I'll talk to these dwarves in a second. Yeah, so yeah, Lord of the Rings Return of the King came out in 2000. Jesus, when was that? When I was 10, 8 years ago. 2007. Okay, so World of Warcraft had been out for a few years by that point. But did Return of the King really come out that early? That late? It can't have done. Because The Hobbit came out in 2000. Supposed 5-year break is pretty good. Okay, anyway. Do you have 8 Trogg stone teeth to show me? If not, there is still work to be done, Sunpo. I am quite impressed, Sunpo. You've done the dwarven race a great favour by defending our lands. King Magni Bronzebeard himself would be proud. Hey, we're level 15, and our first talent is available. Now, talents used to be big old trees, but now they've been refined to one of these every 15 so levels. So, we can either have Night Stalker, which is a passive effect. While stealthed, you move 20% faster and your ability to deal 50% more damage. Subterfuge, which is another passive, which says your abilities requiring stealth can still be used for 3 seconds after stealth breaks. Or another passive, which is abilities cost 75% less energy while you are stealth. I'm going to go with that because I want to use a mutilate to come out and then I have the ability to use 2 more mutilates before I'm finished. Well done, Sunpo. You demonstrated uncanny courage on the battlefield. Our war against the Troggs will be won with efforts such as yours. You have served King Magni well, and for that we also get some nice new gear. What are those trousers looking like? Just plain old leather. Oh my god, look at this ugly mug. It appears that these beasts in Loch Modan are following the lead of a chieftain named Grawmug. He's the biggest of all the Troggs here, lurking deep within the darkness of the cave to the north. If you feel yourself worthy, Sunpo, I want you to lead the assassination mission on Grawmug. And by that he says do it all by myself. And then Mountaineer Wolbang wants to have a word with us. The Mountaineers tell me you are quite brave and capable, Sunpo. We need a Pandaren like you around here. The Trogg problem isn't getting any better. The reserves have been called to the front and we're all alone out here. But now that we have a seasoned rogue here, let's see what you can do. Go out and kill 8 Stone Splinter Shaman and 8 Stone Splinter Bone Snappers. You should find them in and around the caves in the southern mountains. Let's see if you live up to your reputation, Trogg Slayer. That sounds like a challenge to me. We're going to head back into that cave again. I knew it was going to be in that cave. Blizzard do not just waste an opportunity to use a zone to its full potential. So we're heading back. We're backtracking. A feature heavily used in World of Warcraft to create content. Ah, it's a travelling merchant. Gratian Ironstove has arrived. Let's have a look and see what he has to say. He's got bread and absolutely nothing else? Nothing else, just bread. Alright, well, that was boring. Maybe a specialty weapon or something like that. Gratian? Maybe you should try sometime. Let's just keep frog marching this way. We're heading back into that cave again, and what we're going to do is we're going to do that thing that I did in Pandaria for a little bit, which was to gather a bunch of mobs at once and try and take them all out, which is going to be pretty fun, I think. At least I hope, unless we die, in which case there's going to be a lot more backtracking. Much more than we ever considered possible. Although I'm hoping that we can get as far as we can without having a single death, which would be pretty fun to do, I think. Okay, let's do this. He's not the sort of guy we want. No, I need to get some new bags. And I think I might get some bags over for my main character so that we can get some inventory space. Oh, you're kidding me! Another character. This guy is a gnome monk, which is quite a cool combination, to be honest. Well, let's take out this shaman and try and get through as many of these mobs as possible so this guy can't. I was saying at the beginning that you want to be friendly and try and work with players, but in this situation I do just kind of want to get through this because these are tedious places that people often take far too long on and we can just sort of steam through it. As you can see, my character can basically just face roll through the majority of these enemies. Looks like some of them are still respawning, however, from that Dwarven Paladin from earlier. We're also level 15, which means next episode we're going to be looking at the first dungeon, which is Ragefire Chasm, which is also one of the easiest ones and gets us quite a few levels, so we'll be able to continue the story here in Loch Modan. But we will want to consider moving along pretty soon after that, which I think is pretty cool. One of the things that we're going to be doing with this place is that the main story can evolve without having to do side quests most of the time, because the side quests aren't going to be necessary. We're going to be gaining experience so quickly. That may come into play in later zones, but we're going to be keeping around this area for now. From Loch Modan you can go into the wetlands, which I'm not really sure what sort of storyline that's like, but we're going to give that a go as well. I do hate the wetlands, but we'll give it our best. Let's take him down. So we're sort of cutting our way through this entire encampment. We've done a pretty good job so far, I think. Let's take you down. Nice. You're next. We're going to get Mutilate out and we're going to stick it on this bar so we can use it, deal no energy, and then use it twice more, which is going to be a great way to attack from now on. So we're going to wait to come in stealth. We're going to mutilate, and then we can mutilate twice more with a full energy bar. Because that energy bar goes to 120 now instead. There's Grawmug. 600 damage, let's see what we can do. There you go. Right, we still have some enemies to try and kill, so we're going to hop back down here again. Luckily, Pandaren take half falling damage compared to other races, which is really cool. I'll show you. It's a passive. In the general tab, it is bouncy. You take half falling damage, which I think is pretty sweet, to be honest. Okay, we've got another bone snapper up here, which is what we need. We need 3 more bone snappers and only 1 more shaman. So let's hope we can get that sorted out. There's our last shaman. We want to keep getting this linen so we can sell it off or use it. Oh, it stacks as 42. What? That change has come as a shock. I didn't even know you could do that anymore. Well, there you go. Thankfully, that means we're going to be able to collect more. And we're going to pick up first aid because that can become helpful at some point, and it makes me feel like I've done a profession. I mentioned that we were going to do skinning and leatherworking, but to be honest, I find crafting so tiring and often pointless that it's just not really worth it right now. There's one of our bone snappers. That guy's going to die if she's going to die if she's not careful, so we're going to give her a hand. Silly really to disconnect there. I think she might be logging out soon, but we need 1 more bone snapper, which is such a shitty number to get stuck with. There's a shaman down there. No bone snappers yet though. We're just going to have to sit here for a bit. Look at this animation, by the way. The bounce. Oh. So yeah, we're now meditating, waiting for a bone snapper. There's Banshee, our little Pandaren spirit. Let's pick what mount we're going to use. Oh, never mind. They're all red. We got any bone snappers over here? I'll have a quick check outside the cave and then I'll come back in again, because it isn't like this monk's going to be doing anything apart from getting killed whilst she's away.
I cannot carry anymore.
Bone snapper? None out there by the looks of it. It's just going to be inside this cave. If you look in the minimap, you can see where the blue area says all these enemies are, so that is actually where they are, and I was a bit of an idiot to just try and check that way. Let's see if there's any bone snappers down here now. Come on, somebody relieve me. Let's kill him. He's irritating me that he's not a bone snapper. Actually, we want those gloves, so we're going to get rid of that. Do you want those gloves? Yeah, +1 armor. And they're bandages, which is pretty cool. Bone snapper around here. There he is. There's our guy. Come here, you. Nice. Okay, so we're now done with this. We're going to head out this cave, and I think we're done with this Trogg threat. Something that we managed to do in only an episode and a half. Well, an episode more like, but you know, it does feel like a long time doing these sorts of quests. But however, it looks like we've got at least a level out of it, and then we're going to move on with the main story. At the same time, we're going to look at instances in the next episode, and that's something that's going to level us up pretty quickly and get us some pretty decent gear to complement our heirlooms. That monk still hasn't logged out yet, so we're just going to... There we go. So yeah, we're going to try out an instance. We're going to try out Ragefire Chasm in a bit. Probably next episode, because I can't fit a run into 5 minutes. Usually a Ragefire Chasm run can take about 5 minutes if you've got a good tank. But if you've got a bad tank, it can take up to half an hour, which is pretty depressing for a level 15 dungeon. So we're just going to have to see. I'd like to dedicate an entire episode to doing the dungeon and working out some of the lore behind it, as well as talking about boss strategies, although you probably wouldn't need them at level 15. And we'll see how Sunpo fares in a group situation. Now we've got some abilities here that I haven't looked over in Assassination. So we've got Mutilate already, and Venom comes up at level 20. A finishing move that deals instant nature damage, refreshes the duration of Slice and Dice if it is active, and increases your poison application chance by 30%. Damage and duration increased per combo point. That's pretty cool. Dispatch requires daggers. Exploits the vulnerability of foes with less than 35 health, causing 150 physical damage to the target. Awards 1 combo point. Your successful mutilates have a 30% chance to make your next dispatch free and usable on any target. Replaces Sinister Strike. That's pretty cool. So we get rid of this useless ability here. And then level 80 we get Vendetta. Marks an enemy for death for 20 seconds, increasing the damage of your abilities and melee attacks deal the target by 20-30%, and making the target visible to you, even though concealments such as stealth and invisibility. So let's talk to these dwarves. Mountain no Wallbang. I knew the second I laid eyes on you, Sunpo, that you could make Ironforge proud. You have served our people well. I salute you, Sunpo. So we've got some leather. That's pretty shit, to be honest. Oh well. Our inventory's full. Let's see if we can find someone to sell to. Thorvald Deepforge. We're going to dump some of this stuff. Let's dump all this. Let's face it, we're not going to need any of that ever again. I do want to keep the belts. I do want to keep those daggers. I've sold one of them already though by accident, so... And, oh, I want to keep the Cloak of the Compassionate. That other dagger's going to go then. So I made our people proud. And then Captain Rugelfus says, Most excellent, Sunpo. You have brought hope to Loch Modan. With Gromug dead, we stand a better chance of seeing the Troggs eliminated from the land. Another belt. I'll get those because they sell them all. You've helped us quite a bit here. If you're leaving, I'd ask you to take this status report up to Thelsamar. Follow the road just north and you can't miss it. Mountaineer Cadrill will want the report. So we'll deliver this report and then we'll say goodbye for today. So on we frog march. Now Thelsamar's up here. We're heading into the valley proper here, which is a cool place to be in because we get to see all of the cool vistas that the zone was designed around. This has just sort of been a little side project of the area, and we're going to head into the main area now. As you can see, down here was where we saw into the Badlands, and there is the path. Now we're heading up into the valley proper now. We're coming out of this little area, this little mountainous area where we walk between Dunmurrow and Loch Modan, and we're going to head into the zone proper. With forests, grasslands, lots of bears, spiders and wolves, or coyotes or something like that, crocodiles, kobolds, gnolls, bandits, everything you can possibly name that will piss Sunpo off. Luckily he's a Pandaren, so not much will piss him off, but here we come into Thelsamar. Now we're going to pick up the Flight Master, and then we're going to have another flight path to get to. We didn't pick them up in Dunmurrow because I was too busy fucking around with that book, which was a little bit stupid, but we'll deal with that at some other point. Let's get the Flight Master and hand in this status report, and then we'll say goodbye for today. There we go, so we can now fly between that and Ironforge. Down we come. Mountaineer Cadrill. Whoop. Welcome to Thelsamar. You're home away from home in Loch Modan. Thelsamar is a nice place, but it's not all beer and salted meat for those who answer the call of duty. If you're willing to face danger in the name of the Alliance, then read the poster outside the Thelsamar branch of the Explorers League. What can I do for you? Glad to hear you've been clearing out the Troggs. Let's have a look at this report. And is that a beer stain? That's pretty funny. Out of nowhere. Well met, Rogue. We've got a problem, and I'd ask you to lend a hand. It's gnolls. There's a mess of the things west of town, roaming the hills. Not usually any cause for alarm, but we've not usually had gnolls in here in Loch Modan. I'm curious where they came from, but not curious enough to bother asking the mangy things. Clear them out, I say. Bring back proof of your kills, and I'll pay a solid bounty. I need to get some orders up to Mountaineer Stonepike at his post in Algaz Station. If you wouldn't mind taking them, if you follow the road all the way up to the northwest, and you'll be sure to find the main bunker. If you'd like to lend a hand in accomplishing this task, we'd be glad to reward you for doing that as well. So we picked up that quest, and then there are some other quests we're going to pick up here. But for now, Sunpo is exhausted, having been fighting Troggs all night. He's going to head into the Stout Lager Inn. Oh, well, there are people role-playing here. Huh. Look at that. Here in this place you find role-players. So we're going to sit here, we're going to clip into a table, and Sunpo is going to say goodnight because he's absolutely exhausted. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.